Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this WNCT Now digital news update. I'm Emily Severidge, live in the WNCT digital studio. Let's go ahead and get right into some top and trending headlines for your Wednesday. A scare this morning at a Jacksonville high school. Tuesday evening, Jacksonville police were alerted to a Snapchat post where an individual threatened to shoot students and staff at, quote, JHS. Detectives with the police department had additional law enforcement on campus at Jacksonville High School this morning as they worked to investigate the post and identify the threat. After investigation, it was determined that the threat was not directed at Jacksonville High School here in North Carolina, but at another school with the same name in Jupiter, Florida. JPD detectives say they have verified with Jupiter, Florida law enforcement authorities that those posts were associated with a threat case involving Jupiter Community High School. There is no threat to Jacksonville High School of North Carolina. Not on your side, Cheyenne Pagan will be live tonight with more from law enforcement officials and concerned parents from this morning's scare. Governor Roy Cooper and his coronavirus task force held a press conference today with updates on key COVID metrics in our state. To date, North Carolina has administered over 11.5 million doses of the COVID vaccine, with 66% of the adult population fully vaccinated. 71% of adults have received at least one dose of the vaccine, including 92% of North Carolinians 65 and older. Vaccines may become available for children ages 5 to 11 as early as the end of next week. This comes after the FDA recommended use of Pfizer's vaccine for young children, and states are now awaiting on the CDC for approval. More than 750 locations across the state in North Carolina are preparing to receive and provide vaccines to this age group. For more COVID-19 related information and stories, you can always find those on our website, WNCT.com. And ECU is gearing up for a big weekend ahead, a Thursday night home football game and Halloween weekend. That means ECU police are also gearing up. An expected 30,000 Pirate fans will be at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium Thursday evening. Tailgate lots open at 4 and 14th Street from Elm Street to Charles Boulevard will be closed from 4:30 until after the game ends. Law enforcement says the game is a blackout game, meaning fans will be dressed in dark clothing. So drivers should be cautious and aware while driving in the evening for pedestrians. ECU Police Captain Chris Sutton also expects a lot of foot traffic in the downtown area late this week and into the weekend. People should expect some possible road closures in these areas late at night. Be safe and aware this upcoming holiday weekend, and most importantly, have fun. Your Storm Team 9 weather forecast for the middle of your work week and the favorite Halloween candy by state. That and more coming up after this short break.
We are big. We are bold. We are multiple platforms. We are enthusiastic, transparent, focused. We are breaking news. We are Storm Team 9. We are many voices, but one message. We are here for you. We are 9 on your side.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severidge, live in the WNCT digital studio, bringing you your top and trending headlines for your Wednesday. Let's get right into your Wednesday forecast with Storm Team 9 meteorologist Alex Wasilenko.
A cooler than normal day on tap with highs near 70. It will come with sunshine and blustery conditions. It remains dry but cloudy heading into Thursday, a weather alert day that'll extend into Friday. That cold front will blow through with strong to severe storms, especially Thursday night into Friday morning. Thursday afternoon, besides an isolated shower or two, we look to be in good shape. It's Thursday night and Friday morning, an overnight severe weather event that will likely be the hairiest time for us here in eastern North Carolina, with isolated tornadoes, strong to severe storms, and also some very damaging wind gusts. A marginal to slight risk of severe weather is in play Thursday night into Friday morning. The two main hazards will be heavy rain and damaging winds, but we need to be on the lookout for those isolated tornadoes. You can be on the lookout for them too by downloading our free Storm Team 9 weather app.
And a cold case, nearly 30 years in the making, may now be solved. Police say they have some answers in the death of a baby that shook the Nags Head area nearly 30 years ago. Scott Poole and his wife Robin Beerham are charged with concealing the birth of a child in connection with the 1991 case. John Dowding from our sister station in Norfolk has more on why the police never gave up their search.
Gruesome discovery by sanitation workers in Nags Head back in 1991 shocked a community when an infant, no more than just a few months, was found deceased behind some trash cans here in Nags Head. The search for answers for investigators never stopped, and 30 years later, police say the dead has finally spoken.
I know when I came here in 2019, that's one thing I asked about was if we had any cold cases, and they told me about our baby doe case.
The unsolved baby doe case stayed on the minds of many at the Nags Head Police Department decades after it happened. An unknown male infant died from blunt force trauma and asphyxiation and was left behind a trash can on East Tides Drive. But with no leads, the case went cold when it happened in 1991.
Over the years, the detectives and officers that I have never met and never knew continued to look at this case and didn't let it die.
The big break came when a DNA sample from the deceased child was sent to a Texas lab in 2019. A match came back to a possible family member in Arizona. After some genealogical tracing and investigating, police and other law enforcement partners found a North Carolina couple who they believe are the parents of the child.
We needed to find some closure for this community, for the department, for the family of the baby.
Chief Webster says he's thankful for his investigators and says they've finally been able to put a case to rest that's haunted the community for decades.
There's probably a lot of cases out there that can be solved through DNA evidence. It's just a matter of putting all the right pieces together. In this case, the dead has spoken.
The couple is currently being held at the Dare County Detention Center, and police are still working to learn more details about the events leading up to baby doe's death. And we'll make sure to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more in this case. In Nags Head tonight, John Dowding, 10 on your side.
And Halloween is almost here, and a recent study is showing what each state's favorite candy is ahead of the holiday weekend. A study from CandyStore.com, an online candy retailer, drew on nearly 14 years of sales data to come up with this year's conclusion. They found the country as a whole appears to prefer Reese's Cups over all other brands, and Skittles, M&M's, Starburst, and surprisingly Hot Tamales rounded out the top 5. North Carolina's favorite candy, according to the survey, is Reese's Cups. Some interesting ones I found. Connecticut's favorite candy, according to the survey, is Almond Joy. Louisiana's is Lemon Heads, and Montana is Double Bubblegum. In addition, 14 states favored candy corn as their second or third most popular purchase. You can find the full list of states' favorite Halloween candy at WNCT.com. Well, that's going to wrap up this WNCT Now digital news update. Of course, we have more news coming up for you tonight on our broadcast at 5, 6, 10, and 11, so be sure and stay tuned for that for more top and trending headlines for your Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.